A gender role or sex role is a social norm deemed appropriate or desirable for individuals based on their gender or sex, and is usually centered on societal views. Self-esteem is confidence in one's own worth, abilities, or morals. Self-esteem encompasses beliefs about oneself, as well as emotional states such as triumph, despair, pride, and shame. A person's biological sex can differ in what they identify with. This identity can develop over time based on internal or external factors. This is known as gender identity.
Were you aware of the definition of gender roles before this survey?
Yes, I was.
Were you aware of the definition of gender roles before this survey?
No.
Do you know what a gender role is?
Yes.
Have you ever felt pressure to conform to a specific culture's gender identity expectations?
Not particularly, no.
Yes.
Yes.
How so?
In the sense that women belong in certain areas in terms of a household or a job, i.e. staying at home, i.e. doing a lot of things at work that men won't do.
Which of the following cultural gender standards have you heard of or experienced? Feel free to indicate with a yes, no, and if you have an example, feel free to share. Boys should not cry.
Yes.
Girls are always emotional.
Yes.
Girls and boys should only wear colors that match their gender. For example, blue for boys, pink for girls.
Yes.
Boys are mean to girls because they like them.
Yes.
That sport is not for girls.
Yes.
Or that sport is not for boys.
Yes.
Which of the following cultural gender standards have you heard of or maybe experienced? Feel free to indicate with a yes, no, and if you have an example, you can go ahead and share it. Boys should not cry.
I have heard that one.
Girls are always emotional.
I have heard that one.
Girls and boys should only wear colors that match their gender, such as pink for girls, blue for boys.
I have heard that one.
Boys are mean to girls because they like them.
I experienced that one a lot in early age.
That sport is not for girls, or that sport is not for boys.
I have heard that one.
Boys should not have long hair.
I have heard that one, yeah.
Girls should not have short hair.
I've heard that one. I was not allowed to cut my hair.
Boys should be strong.
I have heard that one.
Girls should want to be a mother.
I have heard that one.
Men should be the breadwinner of the family.
I have heard that one.
And then moms are for rules, dads are for fun.
I have also heard that one, yeah.
Alright. Do you think you conform to societal gender roles?
No. I try my best not to, no.
Have you ever felt pressure to fulfill a specific gender task, activity, or role?
I think specifically just getting married and having kids has always been a big force for me.
Have you ever felt insecure because you did not fit into your gender role?
Sometimes, yes.
Have you experienced bias or stereotyping based on your gender in a professional setting?
I think just in sections of like not being able to deal with certain tasks, or like being specifically like the face of like talking to people because I'm more like emotional or like more easy to get to know people is the big one in the workforce for me.
Yeah. Thank you. That's all I have for you today. I appreciate your answers.
Thank you.
Have you ever heard of cultural gender standards?
Yes.
If so, which ones?
Obviously the ones that are women are more emotional, men shouldn't show any emotions, men are stronger, girls are weaker, etc.
Do you think you conform to societal gender roles?
That's a complicated answer. I want to say I don't, depending on the environment, I feel like I have to.
Have you ever felt pressure to fulfill a gender-specific task, activity, and/or role?
Yes.
And then, have you ever experienced a bias or stereotyping based on your gender in a professional setting?
Yes.
Please state your employment status and job. I currently work for Legal Logic Inc., and I am the operations, sales, and marketing manager. We are a California-based attorney service company.
Okay, what is your definition of gender roles?
More as you were born, female or male.
Can you describe a time when you felt people made assumptions about your abilities or interests because of your gender in your career field?
Well, when I started, I kind of worked from the ground as a process server, serving individuals and companies court documents for lawsuits against them. And in my industry, it's basically 95% male dominated. So I think I often was looked down on as far as being offered jobs because I was female. Because in the industry, I believe they feel that men are more successful with serving, where females tend to be a little bit more intimidating in this field.
Has working in a field dominated by another gender changed your perspective on gender roles or expectations? Like an example of kind of like the stereotypical, like this color is for boys, this color is for girls, a girl can't do that, a girl belongs in the house, like in the kitchen, those type of stereotypes and gender roles that we are kind of follow in society. So how has working in a field dominated by men changed your perspective on some of the ones that you kind of grew up with?
Well, for me, in this industry, women aren't normally taken as seriously as men. Most men who work in this field are the typical scary private investigator type. So as a woman, I've found it quite hard, and I had to work much harder and be much more determined to be taken seriously in this field. And I feel like I faced much more adversity when it came to that.
Okay, and then one of our last questions is, with that, like facing that adversity, did you feel that you ever needed to change your identity in a sense because of those gender expectations, whether that meant you needed to dress a certain way, you needed to talk a certain way, act a certain way, just to elicit a certain response?
I think in two different ways. When I was serving, I had to ignore the industry standards and put on a tougher exterior, whereas now that I'm in sales and marketing, I feel that it's kind of put down a little bit more, and you're expected to maybe be sweeter and dress cuter and be a little bit more friendly. So I think, yes, there are definitely gender roles depending on jobs that are the expectation, unfortunately. And a lot of the times you feel like you need to follow that trend in order to be successful.
Okay, perfect. Do you ever feel like you faced kind of judgment, I guess you could say, for not being like a stay-at-home cooking caregiver role for most of your life? Instead, you did follow in pursuit of a career?
At the time, I didn't really have an option. I needed a job that offered flexible hours as a single mom, and I had to do what I had to do and be successful at it, and there was no choice in it. As far as people looking at me a certain way for working, no. I think it's unfortunately a trait that parents have. They have their own guilt that they put upon themselves. I don't know so much if society does that. I know, most parents work just extra time to try and do everything they can on top of working, for those of us who do have to. But I feel as far as the pressure, I don't think it was societal. I think it was more looking in.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
As freshman healthcare students, we believe that gender roles should be removed because they have a big impact on people's self-esteem. Gender roles tell us how we're supposed to act just because of whether we're male or female, and that creates a lot of pressure. When someone doesn't fit those expectations, like a boy who isn't super tough or a girl who isn't quiet and caring, they can start to feel like something is wrong with them. That can lead to stress, self-doubt, and low confidence. In our healthcare classes, we learn how strongly mental health affects overall well-being. And it's clear that these ideas about genders can do real harm. If we remove gender roles, people would have more freedom to express who they really are without feeling judged or labeled. That kind of supportive environment helps build healthier self-esteem and allows everyone to grow in a way that actually fits them, not just what society expects. The purpose of acknowledging gender roles and their effects on self-esteem is to raise awareness on how social norms significantly shape how people perceive themselves, how others treat them, and ultimately how confident they feel. Helping individuals understand where self-esteem pressures come from when someone doesn't feel socially accepted. This may cause feelings of being belittled, guilty, or not good enough, which can lower their self-esteem. We would like to encourage a healthier way to express ourselves, allowing everyone to express who they truly are, creating higher confidence, better mental health, and healthier relationships.
Wear makeup,
Eat healthy.
have good skin,
Stay in shape.
wear dresses,
Don't eat junk.
don't be provocative,
Do exercise.
your skirt's too short,
Have muscles.
don't wear trousers,
Wear trousers.
don't be fat,
Have a nice haircut.
go on a diet,
Be the nice guy. Now you're too nice.
don't be skinny, you look like a skeleton,
Girls like bad boys.
guys like good girls,
Look handsome.
look pretty,
Look smart.
look attractive,
Man up.
smile more,
Stop being weak.
don't look so grumpy,
Be a man.
be a lady,
Be strong.
do the cooking,
Work hard.
be the good wife,
Be the breadwinner.
plump your lips,
Don't complain.
get some lip filler,
Stop making excuses and be confident.
look younger,
Flex your muscles.
don't be so emotional.
Don't look feminine.
What's wrong? Are you on your period?